What a game. What a game. What a journey. What can I say? Oh man. Things that make you go boom. I wanna I'm gonna start this video off by saying, wow. Big congratulations, man, to all my MLB investors, right? MLB futures, all my executives, like this MLB future was given on. I went back and looked at my notes and I looked at when I posted this initially. So this was given out July 1st. So it was actually prior to the All-Star break. Prior to the All-Star break. Okay. The only future we gave out, the only future I gave out, National League winner, Los Angeles Dodgers, plus money. American League winner, New York Yankees, plus money. MLB World Series Exacta, Dodgers versus the Yankees, and then obviously the winner, right? It's still live and still lit. That right now, huge odds we're sitting on. Huge odds. But the MLB World Series, the National League winners and the American League winner both plus money for those two to play each other in the World Series. Huge odds, especially at that point in the season prior to the All-Star break. Again, the only future. I gave out one National League winner, one American League winner, and they both smashed. Yankees smash. Dodgers smash. All right. And I want don't sit there and say, oh well, it was super obvious. Let me tell you something. There was a bunch of narratives in both leagues. Okay. For example, let me tell you something that's been going on across sports betting, sports decoding, sports gematria, handicapping, whatever the case may be. Let me tell you where the action was going. Let me tell you where the money was at prior to the playoffs starting, right? People love the San Diego Padres. Eh. People love the Philadelphia Phillies. Eh. People loved the New York Mets. Eh. People loved the Atlanta Braves. Eh. That's just the National League. I just spit out four other potential teams that were back throughout the year. Okay? Now let's go over to the American League. People love the Baltimore Orioles. Eh. People love the Houston Astros. Eh. And then a bunch of people pivoted to the Cleveland Guardians at some point. Eh. One future, one American League winner, one National League winner. Both of them smashed for the big bag. Salute, man. Congratulations. Once again, another future to add to the resume. Another World Series exacta to add to the achievements and the accomplishments, right? We were in a great position. And I'll tell you what, there was no reason to hedge. Absolutely not. I've done a bunch of consultations over the last 72 hours, but actually over the last week, between the American League and the National League Division Series and the Championship Series that was going on. Zero recommendations to hedge. In my mind, from my perspective, from my research, there was zero reason to hedge any other way. Ride the Dodgers, ride the Yankees. Okay? No hedging. We give out one future, and that's it. All right? Hit or miss, we live with the results, and that's where we keep, that's how you know the character is valid, right? The effort and the work is genuine. We don't pivot to 13 different scenarios. Once things start getting underway, we don't pivot. We rock out with the kiki. All right. So shout out to everybody. I appreciate the love and support. Awesome World Series that's gonna be going down right now. Los Angeles Dodgers versus the New York Yankees. What everybody wanted to see. except for obviously the New York residents and the New York fanatics promoting that nonsense of a Subway Series, New York Mets versus the New York Yankees. Ain't gonna happen. Wasn't happening. All right. Not for 1 minute did I think about hedging any other way. All right. The Yankees were in control of the series. That was an easy call. The Dodgers were obviously the series started out 1-1 and then it went 2-1. Zero reason to hedge. We riding out with the Dodgers. I don't care. It didn't matter how many people, listen, when you're doing this work, there's going to be tons of people that come at you and say they're going to give you a storybook narrative of everything they put together, connecting this to that, the moon phase, the stars, the equator, right? The solar eclipse, gas prices, you know, this person died, you know, the Mets are wearing a patch, number 24. The Atlanta Braves, this and that. San Diego Padres, this and that. Tons and tons of narratives. As a person who's been doing this for so long, with tons of experience, yes, I keep an open ear. I get the perspective. I get the observations. If somebody wants to share them with me, but at the end of the day, I've always done this work 100% independently. My work is 100% done by myself. I don't have, I don't do live streams to get, uh, you know, 50 different narratives from 50 different other people. I don't do sports streams where people come on and give me a storybook narrative. And then I take that information and pawn it off as if I actually researched it and found it out and then try to get behind something that sounds, you know, really, really awesome. And nah, my work is done 100% independently by myself. It's always been that way. And in my mind, there was no other scenario that was going to play out besides the Los Angeles Dodgers playing the New York Yankees in the 2024 MLB World Series. All right. To add insult to injury, I want to say happy early birthday to my guy Juan Soto of the New York Yankees. He will be playing game one of the World Series on his 26th birthday. Now, what are the chances of that? What's the coincidence that Juan Soto just happened to be playing in a free agent year, because he will be looking to pick up the bag at the end of the year. Free agent year. Not only does he hit the winning home run in an elimination game in Cleveland, he also catches the deciding out in the ninth inning to send the New York Yankees to the World Series, where game one will be played on his birthday. What a great birthday gift, huh? Salute to Juan Soto, man. Never let me down. Never doubted it. Great odds, great return on investment. Salute to the investors, man. As I said, I've been pumping out this future for months now, as early as July. A lot of people were able to take advantage of it, which is awesome. You know what I'm saying? But you got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in the knowledge. And, as you can see, not a lot of people were on this specific outcome. Yeah, when it gets down to like four teams, it's easy to pick two, possibly two, and people still get it wrong. So midway through the season, all star break, there's still tons of teams in the fight. Anything can happen, injuries, trades, so on and so forth. And we got it 100% right. National League winner, correct. Big bread. American League winner, correct. Big breach. All right. So once again, man, it just goes to show the work speaks for itself, and I've always been one to let the work speak for itself. I don't get on here getting into any controversy with anybody. I don't talk bad about anybody else. I don't put anybody else down. I focus on my work and what we're doing in my community, on my platform, and I don't put any energy behind anything else because it's not really important. It's not going to get me anywhere. It's not going to do anything for my supporters, and it's a waste of time and energy. So I've never done that. I just focus on my work, my consistency, my results, and it's awesome when when you can accomplish something like this, something that regardless of how people want to downplay it, it's very difficult to hit an MLB World Series exact. It's difficult to call both National League winner and American League winner when you're only giving out one future. Um, you have to be hitting 100% to for that to successfully come through. There's a certain level of confidence that comes with that. To be able to do that. So I salute my the creator above for giving me the focus, determination, and discipline um, to believe in myself and my work. And it's awesome when you can get these kind of results, right? Me myself, I was pretty adamantly and confidently secure that today's NLCS was going to end. Obviously, you have the New York Mets going against the Los Angeles Dodgers, which is a quick foreshadow of what's currently going on in the election, where you have Kamala Harris, who's from California, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Los Angeles is in California. And then you have the New York resident, Donald Trump. So you got Trump going against Kamala, right? Theoretically on the surface. And on Kamala's 60th birthday, right? 10/20, Kamala Harris just turned 60 years old, a native of California. Her California team wins and sends the New York Mets packing. Send them home, crying, right? And there was nothing they could do about it. So, for all you people that jumped on the New York Mets bandwagon over the last week and a half, sorry. Wasn't going to happen to us. No, no, no. We don't take our eye off the ball. Not going to happen. And pushing forward, obviously, you have another election foreshadowing possibly with the Los Angeles Dodgers, obviously, California-based team, going against another New York team, the New York Yankees. Donald Trump, being a resident of New York City, built his empire in New York, and so possible election foreshadow going on right there. And I believe, the election's on November 5th. If I take a quick look, let me see. Let me see. So if it goes to game 7, right? Game 7 would be possibly on November 2nd. So no matter what, the World Series is going to be over before the election. The election is on November 5th. So this will be a possible foreshadow of what's going to happen in the election, possibly, right? We shall see. We don't know. But this World Series will be over prior to the election. So Kamala Harris, happy. I don't even want to say happy birthday to her, man, because I'm not the biggest Kamala Harris fan. I'm not really any fan of any politician, but yeah, to me it was super obvious that the New York Mets were going to be packing to go home crying on Kamala Harris's birthday, 60th birthday. Obviously, if you look in gematria, New York Mets equals 60, right? New York Mets equals 60 in single reduction. They got sent packing on Kamala Harris's birthday. She just turned 60. Right. So, yeah, man, shout out to the New York Mets for fumbling. Shout out to the Dodgers for spanking the New York Mets, taking care of business and doing what they had to be done for the future to hit. Again, the Dodgers were a slight favorite at home. I believe, -1. Let me double check. I think they were around -140, maybe even lower than that. Right. Yeah, -155. So prior to the game starting, they were a favorite. New York Mets were getting plus money, obviously, on the road, elimination game. But again, we weren't worried about anything. I was actually chilling, vibing out, just waiting for the game to be done. We knew what was going to happen. And it played out exactly how we thought. You know what I mean? So it's another win for Gematria. It's another win for my work. It's another win for the community overall and the supporters, the people that invested in me and my work, and invested in themselves, trying to learn and figure out how to decode for themselves, because that's one thing I do here too. I don't keep the knowledge to myself. I show people how to do it, uh, to work independently and not be 100% reliant on me for their financial situations, right? You want to be able to have an input, an educated input, right? And not just be a person who blindly supports any sports handicap or decoder, right? You want to inform yourself and educate yourself to be able to give a perspective, to have some decision making capabilities when it comes to how this is going to impact your finances. And I've always preached that. I've always done that. I've got tons of students out there and tons of people that have learned from me, and I've gone on to do great things and branched off, and it's awesome to see. I'm super proud and prideful of that as well. You won't get just a recommendation from me. I lay out the work. I give people uh, supporting context for why we decide to attack specific games. And people are able to see how I came to my conclusion. It's very clear, it's very concise. There's no room for confusion, there's zero room for mistakes. And people have really, really supported it and shown uh, gratitude for the way in which I present my work. So that's another W as well. W stream, W future right here. Ironically, I named myself Mr. Futures long, long time ago. And we've been putting out futures for a long time now, and we've hit tons and tons of futures. So this isn't a rare achievement or accomplishment, right? But whenever you do hit one, it's awesome. Right? It speaks for itself. It's a huge win for the community, and it just drives us and pushes us to to continue to do the work. Because when you're rewarded not only with the financial gain, but also um, the exact outcome, right, that you predicted, it further drives you to continue doing what you're doing because it's working. You know what I mean? So it's great when you get the outcomes that you're chasing and that you put out, and specifically with futures, because futures are the most difficult thing uh, to to predict. As I said, anything can happen. Me myself, I'm not a Freemason. I'm not a part of the elite. I don't. I wouldn't under. I've never taken part in any ritual. I forever will be on the outside looking in, and that's what makes the work even more difficult, right? It's not like I've infiltrated a Mason lodge and I'm able to give you guys unique insight when it comes to Freemasonry. No, I'm not a Freemason. I'm not a part of a lodge. As I said, I will forever be on the outside looking in, trying to decode it, figure out, and put the pieces to the puzzle together and present it to the community. So definitely had to get on here and champion myself because oddly enough, even when you do things like this, there's going to be tons and tons of haters, tons of people just talking nonsense. They can't even give you your flowers because overall, it's a win for gematria, right? It's a win for the knowledge. So it doesn't matter if I myself got it correct and 20 other people who decode using gematria got it incorrect. If I got it correct, it's a win for gematria overall. But the sad part about the truth community or the sports truthing or the sports decoding using numerology and so on and so forth, you would think that there's a positive vibration in those type of communities and families, but there's not. People hate on the next person just as easily as they would whether they were awake or not. Rarely you come across another person using gematria and numerology that will you know support another person without a hidden agenda. You know, they hate it. Just I don't know what it is. It's just the sports decoders and gematria truthers. It just breeds, um, just big egos and haterade and just a lot of negative characteristics that I myself don't identify with. I don't understand that. I've never hated on anybody. I've always done my part to put positive vibes out there and do my part in what is a bigger mission. So it's sad, you know what I'm saying, and sometimes it's borderline depressing when you look at that the people that are supposed to be trying to figure out how to change the world and use this to their benefit to get in a better financial situation to be able to take yourself out of the matrix and not have to work for 60 years um a 9 to 5, break your back and lose your prime and lose valuable time with your family. um but in order to do that, you need to be able to have financial freedom, and that's where the sports decoding comes in. It's not about promoting gambling and it's not about promoting degeneracy. It's about putting yourself in a financial freedom, a financial state of mind, financial free state of mind and state, an actual state, so that you can take yourself outside of corporate America or outside, um, the slavery that they indoctrinate you with ever since you're a child, you know, of working a 9 to 5 and building up somebody else's business without having any equity in the company, and things like that. This is a part of being able to step outside of the matrix. At least that's the way I look at it. You can disagree or maybe not or whatever, but I've always promoted positivity, and it's sad that even when somebody's able to do something like this, and again, I'm not the only person that probably got this correct. There's probably some other people as well, and shout out to them. Whoever they are, I'm not really familiar with them, whoever they are, right? Because as I said, I'm in my own little circle. I do my own work, and I don't really uh, collaborate with anybody, right? But if anybody else got it correct, big shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? There's enough love and enough congratulations to go around the world. I'm not hogging anything, you know what I'm saying? So if you was able to get this right, congratulations to you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just congratulating myself because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Nobody else is gonna come on YouTube or any other platform and say, big shout out to Mr. Futures for doing what he did. Ain't nobody gonna say that. You know what I mean? And people are just gonna be sitting with their ego, being sour and sore losers and all that. Too busy focused on that, and then moving to the next game, and another prediction to kind of sweep this one under the rug. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is. On that note, I'm gonna go enjoy myself. I'm gonna go celebrate. Uh, I'm gonna go enjoy what we were able to accomplish. So but definitely just wanted to get on here and say shout out to the community and the people that invested in me and my work this year, because it was a very very difficult thing to do and achieve and accomplish, but happy to say that we did it. You know what I mean? So if you could do me a favor and just click the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, cost you nothing. If you feel like leaving some comments, that's awesome too. And yeah, the Patreon, there's a link in the description if you want to come on over. It's also at the bottom of your screen. I flip the script sports, and I alerted everybody that for a limited time right now, I unlocked the most inexpensive tier on my Patreon. I unlocked it for people to come in at a very very reasonable price, and I told people it would be open for not very long, and it will never be open again. So if you want to get on over there and join up for a very very inexpensive price, the Patreon link is in the description of my videos. Get on over there and join up. Again, it's limited space, and once it's closed, I won't be opening it again on that tier level. You know what I mean? Because that tier has been closed for 3 years, but I just decided to open it